Finally caught your stream to ask this. You're a 40k fan, that's true. I dislike Games Workshop and their corporate practices. Join the club. I'm out of the hobby and haven't bought anything from them, but I love the lore. Nothing else like it. You want to reconcile enjoying the lore but not wanting to support the company with your money. Just read the books then. Online. For free. PDFs somewhere. Or just do what I do, which is go to charity shops. Love charity shops. One of my hobbies is going to charity shops and seeing if I can find cool books. And I really, really, really enjoy doing that. So a lot of the lore is written by, because you have to very much divide companies in your mind between the people whose job it is to make the money and the people whose job it is to make the product worth enjoying and fun. And the people that work for Games Workshop that sit and write the lore, they are probably not the same people who are sitting and looking at the spreadsheets, the analytics, the numbers, and exactly how you make the most money out of any given moment. So there's definitely a divide between the people who create the creative side of what you love and the people who try and extract money from you because of the fact that you love it. And it's totally okay to understand and appreciate and enjoy the creative side of what you love without loving the side that is trying to extract money from you. Bitter Mercy, what is your Warhammer view of 3D printed minis? Look, I've got no particular affiliation or association with Games Workshop. I like the fact their sculpts are decent quality. I've built a lot of plastic models from other game companies before, and I think that Games Workshop do actually have very high quality models. They're easy to build, but at the same time, I do think that their prices are getting a little bit ridiculous, and they need to maybe slow down, especially with the amount of Space Marines they bring out. Paying that much money for small bits of plastic is ridiculous. They made a huge amount of profit over the pandemic. Absolutely giant amounts of profit. And like any company, they are trying as hard as they can to keep that going, which is just not possible. It's not believable. It's not real. You can't have endless growth despite capitalism telling you that you can have that. It's not sustainable. So it's totally okay to admire what they do well and hate what they're doing badly. As far as 3D printing goes, yeah, there's some good stuff you can 3D print, without a doubt. There's some really nice 3D designed Warhammer style models, without a doubt. Any book recommendations? Oh, do you mean the book recommendations for Warhammer specifically? I mean, the Horus Heresy series is a great place to get into kind of the general lore. I would have to argue against the people under care about the product. I don't think I've been to a Games Workshop where I felt welcomed inside. Okay, so one problem I have with Games Workshop is the way they train their staff. I don't think the staff are bad people. I've met many people that work for Games Workshop that are lovely people. Unfortunately, many years ago, I applied to work for Games Workshop, as every nerd at some point in their life must. Unfortunately, I have worked many customer service jobs. I have worked with people from all walks of life, and I've sold many things to many people. I'm very good at selling. However, I am also aware that there's an old saying, a good salesman can sell anything to anyone once. A great salesman can sell multiple things to that person multiple times. It's very easy to pressure someone into purchasing something. They will not come back because they do not like the pressure. They don't enjoy that. It's not a pleasurable shopping experience for them. So when I was selling some stuff, when any kind of shop I've worked at, my boss would always say to me, why aren't you doing the hard sell? You know, you could have sold something to that guy right there. I'm like, yeah, I could have done. He would have bought something, he would have hated it, that would have made our monthly figures go up, and then we would have lost him as a customer forever. However, how about I make his shopping experience enjoyable? We make it genuine, we don't push too much. That way, when he wants to buy something, he'll come back here again and again and again and again. It's way better. You're looking for long-term customers, not short-term increases in profits. And unfortunately, Games Workshop very much see every single person that comes through that door as, you must buy something today. And this is what you get taught. This is how they push it. That's why when you go into a Games Workshop shop, you have to say to them, they say to you straight away, hey, how you doing? What are you buying? What army are you doing? What are you painting? Have you seen this recently? You got the latest White Dwarf? You need any more brushes? You need any more paints? I'm like, dude, chill. Games Workshop products are cheaper on third-party websites all the time. Goblin Gaming, Element Games, Firestorm Games. I use Goblin Gaming personally because they've been decent with shipping. I like that. No one who plays Warhammer over a long period of time continues to buy products from the shop. They buy them from third-party retailers or friendly local gaming stores. That's what they do because they're always cheaper. And Games Workshop know this because they sell their products to those stores at a slight discount so those stores can sell them on. Games Workshop stores are part of their marketing budget, or at least they should be, not their merchandise budget. They should be part of their marketing budget because a Games Workshop store is for marketing. That's why they physically exist as brick and mortar stores still. And if I were to go into a Games Workshop store and say, hey, I've already got an established army, it's already painted, can me and my friends come in and play a game on your table in the shop because your scenery is cool, they will say no. Because I've asked that question and I've been told recently that it's a more recent change that the tables are for instructional games for bringing people into the hobby, not for established people who already play the games to play them and use them. A Games Workshop store is a marketing loss leader to sell starter sets to get people into the hobby. Some people say it's short-sighted and stupid. It's expensive. If you walk into a shop and they pressure you and pressure you and pressure you to buy £100 worth of stuff, and you do buy £100 worth of stuff and then you never come back, they've got you £100. And if you want to buy those models again, you don't want to go back to the shop, but you'll buy them from a third-party retailer, like Goblin Gaming or Element Games. That's where you spend the money there, or your friendly local gaming store, but you're still buying their models. That's where their shops work really well. Unfortunately, I find their general overall salesman style to be way too pushy. Like far too pushy. Hey, got some Goblin Gaming representation in the chat. Good choice. Missed the old days of Games Workshop. I've started playing other games like Bushido. Oh, Kings of War. Hell yeah, man. I've got some Kings of War. I've got a Basilian army behind me. I love Kings of War. It's a really cool stuff. And I want to get the Conquest, Last Argument of Kings. They've got some cool stuff coming out, so I want to get that at some point. It's like going into a Best Buy, pretty much. Now, can I also talk about the fact that I love friendly local gaming stores, and I have been to so many who are awful at customer service. Like, I like the whole friendly local gaming store thing. Always, support your friendly local gaming store if you can. But have you ever walked into a local gaming store and felt like you're an outsider? Like they've normally got a little clique of 3 or 4 people who are playing at the store. Normally the person who runs the store is playing a game with the regulars or the locals. And you're kind of standing there thinking, hey, can somebody let me know who works here? I've actually had to walk into a shop before at some point, and I was busy. I don't have too much time for pleasantries. I'll be civil, but I'll walk into a shop once, and there were like 4 or 5 people sat around a table playing a game, and I was looking at the stock on the walls. And I kind of looked there, I glanced over, glanced back. No one said anything, but I had to just walk over to the table and go, excuse me guys, who works here? And one guy was like, yeah, that's me. I'm like, oh cool, can I have this please? And, we bought that over. But I've worked in retail for a long time. I should absolutely not have had to walk over to a table of people who were playing a game and ask who the member of staff was. As soon as someone walks through the door, you don't need to go to Games Workshop levels of, smothering the customer. You do just need a, hey dude, over here if you need anything, let me know. And then they're like, yeah, cheers, cool, thanks. Then they go and browse. I didn't think that selling things to people was hard, but after meeting so many people who are trying to do it and failing, apparently it is. But one thing that I've noticed, and again, correct me if you think I'm wrong, is people who start local gaming stores often start them because they are very passionate about the things that they're going to sell, but they're not necessarily as skilled at the business side that they're going to need. I've often found that. Like they love the games, they can probably talk to you about the games, they can explain, oh god, it's a golden saint. They can talk to you about the games all day. But when you say to them like, hey, what's the through line like? Where are your lost leaders? Where do you make the most money on the which shelves are doing that? Which is your monthly specials? That kind of stuff. Oh, they don't know. They don't know or care about those things. You don't normally sell a specific product. You often sell a lifestyle, or you find out what the person wants to buy and sell it to them. Yeah, they open a gaming store with the same mindset, thinking, oh, I can just sit down and play games all day. It's not the kind of people that come to me and say, hey, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a streamer, I want to sit and play video games all day. And I'm like, oh, me too, my man. Yeah, that would be fun, wouldn't it? That would be cool. And they're like, is that not what you do? I'm like, have you ever played a game for 7 hours just talking to yourself the entire time? They're like, no. I'm like, try it. It's weird. But it's fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my job. But there are what people see you do, and then there is what you do behind. That kind of stuff. Can you imagine if Games Workshop made an equitable game and gave equal focus to all their factions? Look, I can sit here and wax poetical about the evils of Games Workshop, but I am also a hypocrite, because the moment they release the Empire for the old world, I am going to buy all of them twice. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to just come out straight and say that. I'm going to sit here and go, oh, capitalism, bad. Then I'm going to go, I'll have 17 of those Hellfire cannons, please. That'd be great. Oh, 4 boxes of Outriders with pistols. I'll take those. A General on Griffin, give me 2. I'll do that, okay? I'm sorry, that's going to happen. I'm just preparing you all for that right now. I'm presetting the hypocrisy so you all know what to expect.